wanted to record our action meeting number one. Um, so what I wanted to do is be clear about our roles going forward. Um, the way I conceptualize this group is I think of it as a seed team, which means that everything germinates out of what we do. Since we're kind of thinking about the concept and trying to gather the resources and people. What does that mean? That means that we set the tone, establish the culture of operations, and are taking responsibility for integrity and ethical actions. And we're also role models for optimism, courage, ingenuity, and resiliency. And this is something that, well, do you have anything to add to that?
No, I just want to mention that this is new to me and I'm just processing the information right now.
Yeah, this morning I made this PowerPoint to share with the housemates and with everyone else. So yeah, great. I also see our efforts falling under 4 categories. I call them 4 core efforts. The first one is to share the viral solutions video to as many people as possible. The second core effort is to convene and deploy the solution teams with agility. So those were the data team, the delivery team, sanitation team, hospital team, and everyone else. The third core effort is to optimize and streamline our internal processes continuously, because we don't want to burn out. Basically, we want to make sure that we stay healthy, we stay adequate. And the fourth core effort is to keep our process as inclusive and transparent as possible, which is why we decided to film the meeting itself so that people can actually be part of it. And it's going to be on YouTube, so people want to put comments on YouTube, if you want to participate, if there's something that we missed or something we should think about, it's going to be transparent for anyone that wants to see it. Okay, so effort number 1, this is where I wanted to do a little brainstorming with Miguel and with anyone else that wants to contribute afterward. Why try to spread the video as widely as possible? In my mind, I believe that the more it spreads, the more we increase awareness about what we're trying to do. And we also spread optimism because this is a forward moving project and gives people something to hope for instead of just waiting around at home. And it's concrete, and also it allows us as a group to increase our connections because there might be the perfect people with the right solutions. You might know that person, we might not know that person, but if the viral video reaches them, then they can connect with us. Also, the more people we reach out to, the more resources we can gather so that we can fund more expensive things like buying test kits or whatever needs to happen down the road. So the question for Miguel, so the brainstorming question is, how can we accelerate the momentum of the video spreading?
So yeah, social media, that's no question. But for me, what this means is that this project, what it means to me is that we're creating a framework not only for the COVID virus, but also for future pandemics,
True, yeah.
Because this can be applied to any disease.
That's true.
Self-reporting disease.
So what you're saying is that there are some broader impacts that this work can benefit humanity after the COVID.
Yeah, and I feel that this app should be owned by humanity.
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
because
everyone that donates or contributes, I think are owners of the whole effort. And like I don't know how that looks like, but we can figure that out as a
because this app, I see it like water.
As water.
It's right for everyone to use, and that's why I feel that
it is
that
for
people
everyone's
should
benefit.
Yeah, that's why I feel that people should be paying attention to this, but because this is not about COVID, this is about like something greater than this virus.
It's about how human beings can come together to solve a problem.
Yeah,
really. Yeah, it's true. I like that. Well, thanks for those thoughts. I want to shift to more practical, like how can we accelerate the momentum of the video in terms of like, how can we get people to share it with their friends? I think YouTube, you can share through you. Another thing that I think we should think about is how can we shorten the length of the video, because it's like 28 minutes long right now.
Oh yeah.
So the shorter the video, the easier it is for people to watch it and spread it. So that's something maybe we can work on. Is it's like how can we redo the video? I called it video version 1 in the YouTube. So version 2 will hopefully be shorter, more direct, and more clear about what we're trying to do. Um,
Yeah.
Can you think of any other way of accelerating? So shorter video is easier to share, and having a kind of a network of like a formula, like share with 5 people or something. I think those two. Okay, so that is effort 1. Effort number 2, forming the teams. So we had the four main teams to form. So question is, who already has talents we need for each team, and who do we know that might be able to help us find the right people?
Hey, Alan, can you mention the teams quickly, so that, let's say, people didn't watch the first video, but they can know the 5 teams here.
Well, we'll take one team at a time. So we'll have the data tech team, and they're the ones that they're going to develop the app, collect the data, and deploy the visualization of the data and reporting, right? So they're the crucial part. And I outreached to my friend Jeremy, who's creating this network of professional millennials called the Handshake Network, and he's connected to a lot of techie people. So I'm going to continue working with that avenue. I think that's a strategy that I know of. I don't know anyone that works for Google. Can you think of, like, just for the data tech team, like who do we know in the community that does data work in app?
Yeah, here in Davis, there has to be someone in the local community.
I mean, yeah, maybe we can also. Oh, I know. Marisol emailed me a link to a website called helpwithcovid.com. And I haven't really looked at it, but the way that it was framed, helpwithcovid.com is an inventory of professionals that are offering skills. So we can look through that and see if we can recruit some people. So the data tech team, if you're watching this and you have some technical expertise in the area of web development, app development, data analysis, visualization, then just reach out. If you go to our website, covidviral.solutions, under contact us, there's a form that you can actually fill out that I set up yesterday with your talent, and if you want to join a particular team. How do we know, who do we know that might, okay, so the next team is the delivery team. I know a few people that work for Amazon. I used to work for Amazon, so I think we can reach out to that. Ideally, we need to, so because we're in a time crunch, we should form each team. We shouldn't wait for the data tech team before we work on the other teams. Each team should be formed, so that way when everything is up and running, they can just link up, right? And then there's the sanitation team, the people involved with creating a protocol for sterilizing the delivery system, so we don't spread the virus as we deliver the test kits. And then there's the hospital response team. And then there is, how do we organize everyone else in the population? Okay, so there's a couple avenues that I can follow through helpcovid.com, the data tech team, and just general outreach through people that watch the video and that watch this through the website. Go to the website and then you can fill out the form. Any ideas? Ready to move on? Yeah. Okay. Effort number 3, streamline our operations. So we had a conversation earlier today. How can we optimize our workflow? What has been working well and what hasn't been working well? One of the things we're noticing is that we are very impassioned by this effort, but we're burning ourselves out. So we need to maybe work on self-care strategies and like better ways of creating a routine. What else? How do we optimize our workflow? would be nice to have someone just dedicated to watching out for this, maybe helping us organize documents on the shared Google Drive, things like that.
Yeah, I think these questions come more for once this is taking momentum.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Um, so we'll skip this one for now. I think we already kind of had this conversation earlier, so we've figured out how to optimize some of the things that are showing up right now. I would say I'm willing to work with if there are other people in the community that would like to be involved with this effort in terms of keeping our tasks organized and the different sort of like the web tools, and if you're interested in that sort of work, then I'm interested in working with that person. Effort 4 is inclusivity. What can we do to make the website a hub for inclusivity and transparency for our progress, calls to action, and planning? This is where I wanted to kind of look through the website with you and see what you think. Can I do this? How do I go?
Yeah, sure.
I'm not used to Macs. There we go. Okay, so for those that haven't visited the website, this is what it looks like right now. So I'm going to. It's a very basic Google site, which is great for prototyping ideas. And the first step is to direct people to share the video, then to donate to fund the solution, and then subscribe for progress updates. I haven't added the MailChimp yet, so that's something that we need to do. This was my idea for inclusivity, is for people that they can sign up for progress updates, and we'll, like videos like this, we can send them out to update people. Another idea that I just had is we can have a little video on the side here about as people donate, we can update how much is in the collective fund. And so we can do a little PayPal screen share on like a weekly or daily or something like that. I have an acknowledgements link. This is just kind of, I just like to keep track of giving people the credit for what they've done so far. And so this is kind of what I've done there. I want to keep adding to that as time goes on, as new people support the project. And this is the contact us form. You put your email address, your name, phone number if you want. It's not a requirement. What do you think you can help the most? Here's where I have the different areas of help. And if you just have general questions or suggestions, and you can go under everyone else. What would you like to tell us? This is where you can submit, some sort of communication. We'll then collect all that communication and respond back. If it seems like we need to respond back, we can. If you're just giving us a suggestion, then we may not respond back, but we'll read it. If you know how to use Google Sites and want to help us manage the site as time goes on, we might have so much to do. We'll need someone to kind of help just probably upkeep the website. So maybe if you want to do that, help us out with that, then let us know. Conclusion. Thank you for being part of the solution. That's basically all I had today for the presentation. Any last thoughts?
No, I think I admire your effort.
Thanks.
Trying to solve this coronavirus.
Well, thank you. I admire your ability to support, and your expertise is super valuable because I couldn't do any of this without you. So we have created a really nice little community here, the four of us living together. We all have like different talents, and it's kind of like I think we're the perfect group to help brainstorm and keep us all motivated and happy here. So okay, so with that being said, I don't want to make this too long, so I'm going to say goodbye for now. You guys know how to connect with us, and we're going to keep doing what we can do. And hopefully you can reach out if you want to. So have a good day.
Okay, bye-bye.